In a minute since I shot a video, maybe a day or so. I say a minute, an actual fucking minute. I'm spitting right now because my feelings hurt, my emotions hurt, my spirit hurt. Shit, legally, where I stand at, I'm in a situation where I have to question everything about who I am because of what I've been through. You know, it's kind of hard to grow up a gospel. You know, always worry about somebody else, what the fuck they got going on. And then it's also kind of difficult understanding as to come up from a kid to an adult. Because when you become an adult, that accreditation and that acclamation turns to two words known as relevance. And it's the other word that goes along with relevance. From relevant, I need validation. So we got relevance and validation. Well, as a kid, you always get relevance and validation that based upon your merits, you should receive praise. We teach this to kids, that they're supposed to receive praise. So imagine growing up in the dichotomy of, I'm used to be worried about everybody's fucking business because we was sitting on the porch, excuse my language. I'm used to being worried about everybody's business because we sit on the porch and talk about this one and that one and what's going on and just shooting the breeze to, I'm used to also being praised for what I do when I do something that's of some type of merit that's to a benefit of me. That's why so many people effed up, because at the end of the day, when you don't have that, somebody rooting you on and praising you, and watching your every move, and you don't have somebody to be focused on and throw all your energy into, what throws you totally out of whack. Because you still got to remember that you're a human being, and human beings have some type of plight or elective that brings them together, and that elective is known as love or God. So having that, but not having somebody to worry about or somebody to worry about you, man, it can fuck you up mentally. Especially if you were well-versed and well-trained in simple customs like rep your city, rep your hood. You'll start taking them ideologies and them customs on. And then as you get older, when people not giving you the praise that you want, you'll find yourself in depression. Then when you get even further on and you're trying to involve yourself in something so you can feel meaningful, needing relevance and validation within self as to why God created you to be here and have these electively affected peers, it'll mess you up all kind of ways, all right? Trying to fit in with a culture where God is aloof, yet is superseding, yet he gives you the option of pluralism, which says that he and you are the leader of your life, when in all actuality you feel like because nobody's acclimated or nobody's praised you, that you're not really a leader. And he's sharing that friendship and headship with you. Bro, don't drive yourself insane. You know, I prayed one time because of Solomon not to be overly wise or overly foolish. And now I'm at a position where I done read the Bible tough enough to be able to grab different concepts, string them together, and voila, you got a whole different man from the one that people knew growing up. And I've been having to do that so frequently, going from place to place, it almost feels like, you know how the cat said, they say cats have 9 lives? Bro, you know how many different lives I've lived? How many times I've been a stepfather? And now I'm a bachelor, and how many times I've been homeless, and now I don't have the necessary requirements of societal norm, which are forms of currency in order to pay for my room and my board. And it's stressing me in my brain as to how I'm going to acclimate myself to the society in order to make sure that I have somewhere to lay my head. And so now I'm supposed to just owe these people $62,000 for learning how to be an entrepreneur, when in all actuality, I was already an entrepreneur. I just got a piece of paper with some degrees on it to validate so that other people can find relevance in what I say. And I did all of that, joining in school and all of that, just so I could have enough money to pay my rent. So basically, in essence, I sank myself as far as financially. I went in the negative in order to try to fulfill the status quo of mediocrity. It's not really mediocrity because there's a dream attached to the end of the goal of college or university learning in school. So, and it's not one of those mediocre ones. It's one of the ones that's really, 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 really average, where it kind of would help everybody if everybody was interested in it. So therefore, it became a dream that's going to become a goal, that's going to become a reality. But that doesn't necessarily mean individuals are going to want to actually help themselves and take what I'm giving, which is mental fortitude in the form of mentally as well as physical. So, but I see all of these different loopholes that drive a nigga crazy. And I realize the type of person I am, I'm a nigga that play in loopholes until I wind up getting caught and wind up getting consequence punished. Thus I smoke. Not intentionally trying to do the shit. What it is just the fucking nature of a human being. You tell me don't do something, I wind up doing it. Don't eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And they wind up doing it. And I don't want to be that person. I've been trying hard to be a good dude, bro. But some people's purpose is just linked in the fact that evil exists. It's a frustrating thing. I'm grateful that God blessed me anyway. Even though, I've been rent-free for over a year, going on 2, and now I don't even have a dime to my name to give. I'm scraping up change to go get cigars and don't have rent, but got weed. I go to show you the nature, and I keep telling myself I'm trying to help myself, but I'm not where I need to be. I'm really not. I want to be, but I'm not where I need to be. Well, so whatever happens, I trust God anyway, and I feel like this was a very good time, situation, circumstance to know God's true nature and about His people, how His people constantly had to move. They weren't really stationary. I want you to be mindful of that, son. Whilst you going to college and university to be an entrepreneur for business administrative, bachelor degree, I know you're doing the best you can to be you, Shy. I know you don't want to be an evil person, and I know you feel like God intentionally made you evil. I'm sorry that you feel like that. I'm sorry that you have so much resentment, and that you're so self-centered, and that you become so angry about the things that you fear, knowing that your faith is supposed to give you the strength to overcome any and everything. It just makes you feel like a hypocrite. It makes you cry almost every day. It makes you feel like a prisoner in your own flesh. I'm sorry. Peace, man.